to the Lesson of the Week with yours truly, Sean Thunder Wallace. I'm a performer, composer, and professor of music at The Ohio State University. This weekly program is designed to inspire and inform the serious music student. We're all students here, so join me on the path of discovery as we learn together.
I certainly was heavily influenced by certain players, Sonny Stitt and Train, for example.
Yeah.
But I didn't go through a heavy, I got to play just like Train or I got to play just like Sonny Stitt. I didn't go through that per se. I just pulled a lot of things from being, exposed to their playing on the radio.
Yeah.
Listen a lot to stuff,
Yeah.
And again, that doesn't mean that I haven't been, really significantly influenced by certain artists, because I have.
Yeah.
Like the kind of articulation that I tend to do is like a Sonny Stitt articulation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I backed into Charlie Parker, and I really didn't heavily study Charlie Parker until probably not until right before I started this job.
Uh-huh.
And when I say heavily studied Charlie Parker, I listened to Charlie Parker all the time growing up and everything. I listened, but as far as playing through some transcriptions and doing certain things, it's like I had a checklist of stuff. Okay, well, I need to make sure I can do this stuff so I can demonstrate certain things or whatever. But, not just that, but because, I wanted to address certain things that I hadn't gotten around to doing yet, that type of thing. So my playing is probably more Charlie Parker. Well, it's way more Charlie Parker influenced now than it ever was when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Because I never spent that, because that wasn't something that I did as a regular part of my development as a player. So so I think the most important thing, because Train went through heavy imitation periods. I mean, he sounded exactly like Parker, sounded exactly like Dexter, was trying to sound like Sonny Rollins for a period of time. He went through those periods and he really assimilated stylistically certain things that were necessary for him to assimilate so that he could get to the next step.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking about locating the essential you may be a collection of a lot of the stuff that you've listened to over time. There's certain things that you just kind of gravitate towards because of your personality. Mm-hmm. I don't think that necessarily you should fight that off. There might be certain things that's just like, wow, this is just really killing. I think you have to keep your eye out for being balanced. You want to be balanced. You don't want to be one-dimensional, lock on to one particular cat, and then all you want to deal with that cat all the time.
Yeah.
I think that that's dangerous. And I think what ends up happening is, and you're not aware of it at the time, but what ends up happening is you end up covering your own voice,
Well, I think I'm kind of on the other side where I don't listen to one person for an extended period of time.
No, I think you should do that.
Yeah.
I think you should deal with that. And like I said, everybody's journey is different. But if your goal is, oh man, such and such sounds great, I just want to sound like such and such.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, all you can be is a broke version of whoever you're imitating. Because number one, if you're a copy, you're not necessary. So a person can just go to the source.
Yeah.
Number two, even if you can play all the stuff that your hero plays, then you're still not going to play it the way that they play it, in the order and the organization of their particular ideas that they would play it, you know. And locking onto somebody like that makes you blind. Can make you blind to stuff that you really should be dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, people around you even that you can really pull a lot of stuff from, but that you don't recognize it because all you want to do is I just want to just deal with this one thing. I just want to deal with this one thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, people go through, you know, they go through those certain phases, and as a teacher, it's my job to try to steer people away from colliding with certain things that are going to cause them significant, you know, time loss. You know, it's because it takes time to break out of certain things. You know, it's my job to deal with that. But you know, when a student chooses to lock in onto that and distance themselves from things that can actually cause them to be more rounded as musicians, there's nothing really that a teacher can do. You know, proximity breeds contempt. You know, a prophet is without honor in his own country and among his own people. You know, Jesus himself couldn't accomplish major miracles in his own town because people were too familiar with him. And when you demystify things and you make things simple for people, it has the tendency sometimes for people to take it for granted because of how simple it becomes as far as, you know, the way that it's presented, how simple it seems to be. So yeah, it's a lot of you know, it's a lot of stuff there. I think the best thing to do is to listen to a lot of stuff, to continue to do what's necessary to make yourself a rounded musician in every way. You know, even if that's playing saxophone, you know, playing all the saxophones, playing flute, playing clarinet, playing bass clarinet, you know, not just that stuff, having basic keyboard skills so that it'll help to improve your writing, you know, working on your teaching, your teaching skills, teaching lessons, teaching students, you know, each one teach one.
Hello. Thank you for watching the Lesson of the Week. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the ratings. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Sean Thunder Wallace, and continue to spread the word. Another way that you can continue to show support for my music and for my teaching is by purchasing my latest CD. My latest CD is called Sacramental. You can find it on my website at SeanThunderWallace.com. You can also find it on iTunes, Napster, and Amazon MP3. I would highly encourage you to purchase a CD from my website because there's a 12-page booklet that does a great job of contextualizing the music. Thank you again. Please purchase my new CD, continue to watch the Lesson of the Week, and spread the word. God bless.